Welcome back into New Year's week with Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. Another one. Local brewery right down the road. Out off in that yay direction. Hazelwood Brewing Company. I could literally just walk there, get smashed, and walk right back. I don't have to worry about driving. Hazelwood Noche. Dark Mexican lager. Who's heard of that combination before? Well, we're gonna right now. Let's get right into it. After the theme song. Welcome on back into day 2 of New Year's week here on the channel with yours truly, Nutmeg 2 Palmetto, coming to you as always from the Midland studio down in South Carolina. This one a little bit special to me because, as I said before, it's right about in that yay direction, probably a little bit more towards this direction, because it's probably a lot closer than the roads take to actually get there. There's unfortunately, I bet if there was a road out of the back of my subdivision, I could just be there. I could just be to Hazelwood in probably 30 seconds, but I gotta go out and around and make this big unnecessary wraparound. All in all, it's probably not any more than 2 miles, so super local, super easy to get to. Everyone needs a brewery like within 2 miles of their house, right? All the beer reviewers do, right? That's the thing. Anyway, this one combines 2 of my most favorite styles that beer can be. One, I've come to appreciate a fine love of Mexican lagers lately, and of course I love dark lagers. I love my Schwartz beers and my black IPAs and that sort of thing. So for this to be a dark Mexican lager is really best of both worlds, right? It is called Noche. Of course, Noche is Spanish for night, and it is dark. Dark nights, of course, dark, right? Obvious needs to be stated sometimes. Proudly brewed and canned by Hazelwood Brewing Company in Lexington, South Carolina. 16 fluid ounce can. They are on Main Street. Their address right on the can. This checks in at a very solid 5.5%, which is super on par for a lager. A little bit on Untapped, not too much, but no IBUs listed, but matching the information matching ABV at 5.5%. And this brief description, of course, is a dark Mexican style lager brewed with maize and roasted malts. So maize, of course, that's corn. So that lends more towards the lager side of things, the lager pills and that sort of thing. Of course, I'm going to use nice little lager pilsner glassware for this. So what do you say we not waste any more time and crack this open? Cook. Beautiful sight. Alrighty, look at that nice little frothy head. Hard pour, getting me a solid I don't know, 2-3 inches on that. Whoops. Trying to not knock over my little peach shitty poker chip. That's a problem. Yeah, see that nice little frothy head on that? Bubbles. A lot of little air bubbles in there. Ooh, awesome. So you can see, it's black, very dark. There's a little bit of a brownish hue you could see on the bottom if the light catches it right. But this is looking like this is supposed to be a lager, right? It's a dark Mexican lager, but it's very much got a stout porter type of color with the head, kind of with that sharp juxtaposition down to the beer itself. Nose is, this is where that lager comes in. The nose is a lot more of that kind of clean, crisp, corn type of note. You get a little bit of a roasty touch from whatever malts are used to make beers dark. You get a little bit of that, but for the most part, it really smells like a lager. It smells like a dark, roasty lager. So it might look like a porter or stout, but it definitely does not smell like one. Let's see what it tastes like. I've had this before, but I'm always good to refresh my memory and share with you fine folks. So let's not waste any more time and take a sip. Oh. Yummy. Man, I love having breweries that make tasty beer right down the street from me. There's another one a little further up the street, and you'll see one of their beers on the channel very shortly. Yeah, that has that cascading effect to the flavor. Get that roasty kind of, I know a lot of reviewers describe it as like a raisin or figgy type of flavor. I haven't eaten raisins since I was probably about 6 years old, and I never really eaten figs, so I can't associate those flavors to it. So for me, it's just like this cool, almost dry type of roasty note to the flavor. It's soft, it's clean, it's like got more of a wet mouthfeel. And typically, when you think of a Mexican lager, what do you think of? It's got some lime in it, maybe it's a little salty. This one, you pick up something in it like that. Like, there's is a certain sense of those high sour citrus in, like a lemon or a lime can provide. There's a little bit of that in the finish. It's mainly that kind of dark lager, dark IPA flavor up front, but in the finish it comes off very more citrusy and mellow. It doesn't kind of hang around any type of bitterness. You just get this like citrusy note that's kind of bright and refreshing. Almost like a seltzer water, almost that kind of thing. The saltiness, it's a little bit in the aftertaste, so definitely still has elements of a traditional Mexican lager, because you've got that. Apparently it's carbonated too. Shout out Beer for Breakfast, Facts for Snacks. It's definitely got that saltiness on the aftertaste, so that's one note towards a Mexican lager, and then that kind of mellowing, citrusy, lemon lime type of flavor once that roastiness has kind of gone past and left your palate. Super solid. It definitely it takes two styles of brew that don't necessarily go together, and it hits them both. The aroma's super roasty, the flavor's roasty up front, but all those mellowing and aftertastes are more like a Mexican lager. Very good. Hazelwood's great. If you thought I was great and you want to see more, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when videos like this drop. If you want to recommend a beer to me or maybe even send me a beer, email me nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. We'll sort out all the fine details. And if you want the rest of my antics and nonsense, follow me on my social media channels, TikTok and Instagram, @nutmeg2palmetto. We'll kick it around. It's not such a bad idea to take a quick jog down to Hazelwood because it's only a mere 2 miles, right? Cheers, folks. See you next time.